Whispers of Time, Life Lessons from Silent Moments. Have you ever stopped, listened, and felt the silence around you? In a world full of noise, honking cars, phone notifications, and endless conversations sometimes, we forget the magical power of silence. Yet, there are moments in history when silence has echoed louder than 1,000 words, carrying invaluable lessons that changed the world. Today, let's walk through those moments together and listen to the whispers of time, profound lessons from quiet, discreet yet powerful moments. Part 1. The story of Mahatma Gandhi. Remember Mahatma Gandhi in his fight for India's independence. In 1930, Gandhi led the Salt March, a 24-day journey spanning 240 miles from Sabarmati to the coastal town of Dandi. This journey was not only a protest against British salt taxes, but also a symbol of unity and perseverance. Gandhi chose to walk with the common people, each deliberate step resonating with the hearts of millions of Indians. His quiet, unassuming demeanor demonstrated an inner strength and inspired countless others to join the movement for independence. Gandhi also displayed his silent strength through fasting to protest the violence committed by his own supporters. When the struggle for independence grew too intense, Gandhi chose to fast as an act of compassion and a call for nonviolence. This moved the entire world to respect his unwavering determination and boundless kindness. Gandhi's silence was a symbol of love for humanity and a reminder that true change requires compassion and perseverance. Part 2. The story of Alan Turing. Next, we continue with the story of Alan Turing, the man who helped alter the course of World War II. As Britain faced the threat of Nazi Germany, Turing worked at Bletchley Park, where he and his colleagues tirelessly decoded the Enigma machine, a device used by the Nazis to encrypt military communications. Despite the almost impossible task of breaking Enigma, Turing worked quietly, ultimately making a significant contribution to the Allies' victory. However, after the war, Turing's achievements remained hidden due to the secret nature of his work. More tragically, he faced discrimination for being homosexual, which was illegal in Britain at the time. His life ended in tragedy in 1954 when he took his own life after being subjected to forced treatment. Despite all this, Turing's legacy in computer science and cryptography remains indelible. His quiet dedication and contributions, expecting no recognition, prove that sometimes the greatest achievements do not need immediate acknowledgement. Part 3. The story of Anne Frank. Anne Frank, a Jewish girl who left behind a diary that became a symbol of resilience and hope. For over 2 years, Anne and her family lived in a small secret annex in Amsterdam, hiding from the Nazis. Silence was essential for their survival in the cramped attic, but in her diary, Anne continued to share her thoughts and dreams of a better future. Anne wrote about seemingly hopeless moments, yet she never lost faith in humanity. Despite everything, I believe that people are truly good at heart. Anne's words have transcended time, reminding us of kindness and hope, even in the harshest of circumstances. Her diary is a testament to quiet resilience, a voice of a girl who lived and dreamed despite the darkness outside. Part 4. The story of Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison for fighting against the apartheid regime in South Africa. Throughout those long years, Mandela was not allowed to speak publicly or meet with anyone. He was imprisoned on Robben Island, facing harsh conditions. Yet, it was in the silence and isolation that Mandela nurtured a vision of a country where all people were equal, regardless of race. When Mandela was finally freed in 1990, he chose not revenge, but instead, he called for reconciliation and forgiveness. This decision transformed South Africa from a nation riddled with division to one striving for peace and equality. Mandela turned the silence of his imprisonment into strength, inspiring an entire nation. His silence was a testament to the power of patience, forgiveness, and looking ahead, beyond hatred to build a better future. Part 5. The story of Martin Luther King Jr.B. Martin Luther King Jr.B., the leader of the American Civil Rights Movement, chose to use silence and composure to create strength for the movement for racial equality. When he was arrested in Birmingham, Alabama, in 1963, King wrote the Letter from Birmingham Jail, a document composed in confinement, without the ability to speak publicly. In this letter, King deeply reflected on injustice and why it was necessary to fight. King did not use anger or violence to respond. Instead, he chose silence to reflect and express his profound thoughts. That silence was not weakness, but rather preparation for a stronger, more determined movement. It was from that calm and composure that Martin Luther King Jr.B. inspired millions of Americans and sparked a wave of change in a society steeped in discrimination and injustice. Part 6. The story of Rosa Parks. The next story also comes from America, that of Rosa Parks, an ordinary woman who made an extraordinary impact. On December 1, 1955, Rosa Parks refused to give up her bus seat to a white passenger in Montgomery, Alabama. Her action involved no arguments or raised voices. Parks simply remained silent and held her ground, and it was this silence that forced society to listen. She was arrested and fined, but her quiet yet determined action led to the Montgomery bus boycott, which lasted over a year and became a pivotal moment in the fight for civil rights in America. Rosa Parks did not need to speak loudly or address thousands. Her silence and courage shook the entire system of racial segregation. She inspired millions across the United States, proving that sometimes all it takes is one person just to sit down with conviction to change the world. Conclusion. You can see that moments of silence can sometimes speak more than the loudest shouts. Gandhi, Turing, Anne Frank, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr.B., and Rosa Parks chose silence as their declaration. Each showed us the value of patience and the strength of simple moments. Silence is not weakness, but a hidden power, the ability to self-reflect, to prepare for greater steps. In modern life, when we face endless challenges and pressures, perhaps what we need most is a moment of silence to listen to ourselves and connect with our deepest values. It is in those moments that we become stronger, more confident, and capable of facing life's storms. You might ask yourself, when is the right time to choose silence? Perhaps it is when we need to find peace amid chaos, when we need a moment to reflect on what truly matters, and when we need to honestly look within ourselves. Silence is not just the absence of sound, it is a transformative force, a source of strength that leads to great change. What about you? In today's fast-paced world, have you taken the time to be silent, to listen, and to truly feel what is important? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and who knows, your sharing might help someone else find their moment of stillness. If you find these stories inspiring, feel free to save them and listen again whenever you need motivation. The whispers of time are always there, waiting for you to listen and feel.